bad leaders in the fire service pretending that they are good leaders, say it isn't so. This is Billy Goldfeder answering some questions from you as part of your What's Your Problem series hosted by FireRescue1.com and Lexipol. Here's today's question. I recently learned that one of our chief officers is speaking about leadership at a regional event. This officer is pretty much the last person who should be speaking about leadership in any form. He's condescending, unhelpful, and basically hangs out in the office until there's a call. What's worse is that he always blames any failings on his subordinates, never takes responsibility when he messes up. I don't plan on saying anything about this, and don't even really have a question beyond how does this happen? Bad leaders pretending they are good leaders. Have you ever watched the Senate or Congress function? That's what came to mind here in your question. There's a lot of people who claim to be leaders who are not upfront, not honest with themselves and with others. I think one of the most important things, and I'm going to speak to some of you who do speak and do present, make sure you're honest. I've had, in my 49 years, I've had a couple bumps and bruises, and I talk about them all the time because it's allowed me to grow. It's allowed me to change or not change, depending. But anytime you've got this much time on the job, you're going to have some bumps and bruises. So make sure. So those of you who are chief officers out there, make sure you're honest. If you've got good, and if you're a speaker, if you've got good stories to share, share them. If you've got some faux pas, share them. Let people know the reality of this job, right? Now, as far as the agency allowing it, this is a tough one because there's a lot of people, I say a lot, there's a number of instructors out there that are horrible. And they charge a whole lot of money for people to invite them to their organization because they're on Broadway. They're on a play. It's a show, okay? So when you see Tom Cruise performing his stunts, that's not his real life. That's special effects. It's special ropes, special harnesses. It's not real. Well, that's the same thing here, is that the people, some of the people who present, that's not really how they are in their organization. And I always ask this, and I say this to the chiefs and to the locals and the other organizations that bring instructors, and the first question you need to ask if you're going to bring an instructor in is, do they teach what they're going to teach you and their own department? Are they the instructor? Are they the subject matter expert? Are they the one who teaches about high-rise, who teaches about personnel behavior, about leadership, whatever the case may be? If they're not, that's a warning sign. So ask that question. Also, if it's in your own department, maybe you do have an obligation to say something. You said, I don't plan on saying anything about this. Why not? Maybe not go to that chief, but maybe say something to somebody. Say, hey, listen, he's preaching this stuff, but yet he's not even treating us the same way. He's telling people to do this, do that, but yet he doesn't do it here. This is not a particularly easy question because there's so many tentacles to this. There's the agency that brings them in. There's the conference that brings them in. The fact that he's a chief or she's a chief above you is challenging for you. Why would you even say something? And I get that. But depending upon your love and your respect for the organization, it may be worth saying something to somebody in a respectful manner, saying, hey, did you see this video? Or, and again, I don't know how close you are to this individual, but maybe you show them, hey, I saw your presentation on the internet. Can we start doing some of that stuff here? Maybe that's the way to do it. Email me at FireRescue1 with any questions you have. I promise you I'll do my best to give you, you'll always get my opinion, but I'll also try and get you some facts in there as well. Thanks so much and take care.